guys an update on Martin. Martin called me 2 days ago. He was calling me from the hospital, but I couldn't really understand him. He called me twice, didn't understand him, and then a social worker at the hospital called me. Called her back, and I couldn't get in contact with her, basically. So today, this was like 2 days ago, Friday. Today is Sunday. So I went to the hospital. I found him today. I didn't get to talk to him because he was heavily sedated. So the doctors had him knocked out, basically, right? So I was in there. I was in the room with Martin like about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. He had lots of tubes, lots and lots of tubes coming out of everywhere. It looks like he has a breathing machine that's breathing for him. It's almost like they have him in a coma so that his body could rest, and the medicine that they gave him, you know, I think he's like on a bunch of antibiotics. So I didn't get to talk to Martin because he's knocked out. But so once I left the room, I asked for the nurse that's helping him, and the nurse said that I asked him, like, why did he come in here? Like, why? And he said that Martin was complaining of not being able to breathe. That's the reason why he went to the hospital, because he couldn't breathe. And they don't know exactly why he wasn't able to breathe. He said for the past couple of days they've been running tests. They're waiting for the results of an EKG, the electrocardiogram, X-rays of the chest, the lungs, to see what caused that episode of not being able to breathe. So they're still working on trying to find answers, right? I noticed that his feet were bandaged up. Both his feet were bandaged up, and I asked him about his feet, and he's like, yeah, they were really swollen when we saw him, and we kind of just cleaned up his feet. He had those open gashes on there, those open wounds, and he said they're giving him antibiotics to help with that. And I asked him, I said, hey, nurse, like, will he be losing his feet? And he said, no, he doesn't think that he's going to lose his feet. So that's a plus, right? That's really good, right? So they don't know if it's what caused the swelling of the feet, if it's diabetes or other underlying medical issues. So basically they just need more time to determine the cause of all these issues, the lungs, the feet, just all of his ailments, right? Like everything that hurts on him, like where's it coming from? So they really haven't determined yet. But I asked him, like, I said, you know that he's battling addiction, right? He's addicted to these blues, these pills. He's like, yeah, we're aware. And so I plan on going in a couple of days. I think they're gonna keep him sedated or knocked out for a couple more days while they least he's in a hospital, right? I don't know what happened to his wheelchair, his belongings, his clothes, whatever. I'm not sure. So when I have a lot of questions for Martin when I talk to him, whenever that happens, I have a lot of questions for Martin. Like, hey Martin, when you called me that day on Friday, a couple of days ago, like, why'd you call me for? Like, did you want me to bust you out of a hospital, or, you know, maybe he just wanted to tell me that he's there and he wanted somebody by his side, right? I'm not sure. I wasn't able to go because I had, you know, other things going on, but and I really don't know it was him. So yeah, that's the update on Martin. I have a lot of questions for him, tons of questions. You know, I have questions for the nurse, for the doctor, but how long will he be here? What caused his episode of not being able to breathe? Why were his feet swollen? Has smoking blues caused any damage? You know, any underlying? We'll see how much he's able to tell me, right? How much Martin's able to tell me, how much Martin wants to tell me, and kind of just go from there, right? So at least he's in the hospital, and we know he's in the hospital. We know he's not taking blues, and it's going to be up to Martin to decide what Martin wants to do for Martin's health, right? It's not up to me, it's not up to you guys, not up to the doctor. You know, what do you want to do, Martin? Here you are, you're finally at the, hey, tomorrow arrived. Tomorrow is finally here. Tomorrow has already happened, and he is finally in the hospital. So it must have been really bad for him to call the 911, the ambulance to take him. Must have been really bad. Not being able to breathe, that sucks. But what's the reason? Is it all the smoking? Are his lungs compromised? Underlying medical issues, other issues with his lungs, you know, that are affecting his ability to breathe. So many questions, you know, just so many questions that really nobody can answer right now. Martin can't answer because he's sedated, he's asleep. He's gonna be asleep, he's gonna be knocked out for a while. They got a breathing machine, but they have so many tubes coming out of both of his arms, a bunch of bags, little drip system. That has to be the antibiotics, right? Got the big tube going in his mouth, breathing for him. His chest is going up and down. It's kind of odd, actually. His feet don't look swollen anymore. His legs and feet, they're not swollen anymore. So you know, it's that little drip system that's the antibiotics that's killing the infection. So maybe this will be a blessing for him, right? Like a blessing in disguise for him to get control of his life and stop with his addiction, right? So we'll see what he wants to do. Maybe this is going to be an opportunity for him. We're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait and see what he wants to do. But yeah, I'll have another update in a few days. I'll go back to the hospital and see what they say. Okay, so that's the Martin update. Thank you for cruising with